Hey everyone, this is Paizen with the Couch Cat Podcast, here with the November edition of the monthly podcast episode release. This is a monthly coverage roundup review of everything that has happened within SimpleMMO. And SimpleMMO is a browser and mobile based MMORPG. If you're just discovering for the first time, it's a cool game. Anyway, typically in these episodes, Crazy Fi and I will go over the game patch notes and cover the most important. So if you're missing out, if you're not reading at all, you can be informed this way. Unfortunately, it's just me today, but I do pretty good on my own. I talk to myself a lot. What could go wrong? But yeah, let's just get into it. So this is the November edition. Going to soup sandwich myself here. We're just going to kick it off with immediately the game updates. 10 November was the first update within SimpleMMO for the month of November, and it's version 11.35. And that brought a pretty significant update to the game. It was the complete task mechanic overhaul, which brought in dailies, weeklies, and monthly tasks to complete, and various options or task, versions of tasks to complete. Fundamental to the game has been for a while, and to see it, overhauled and a continued work in progress is exciting to see. Again, it wasn't on the roadmap, so if you weren't expecting anything like we were here at Couch Cat, well, it was a nice surprise. And of course, if you want more in-depth information, the Couch Cat YouTube channel has an in-depth video on it, and we also have a blog post about it over at couchcatpod.com. But yeah, so let's move on to later in that day on 10 November. We had a version 11.35.1, which is generally an addition to what's been released within that version. And it was added basic NPC inspection page, and it's currently in development. So essentially, you'll be able to inspect the NPC within the task, and you'll be hopefully able to click a hyperlink and go directly to that NPC instead of having to read where the NPC is, exit, go to the town page, and enter that town or location, and then step or battle arena for that mob. The next update is 12 November, version 11.36, and that brought teaser information. It updated the World Cup Event 2022 page in the event tab in game. So more information was, it was elaborated upon of what the event would actually entail. Added a new card collection page that, was hinted or at least stated by Mike himself. It's not solely tied to the event. It, could be potentially used for something in the future, like maybe a native SimpleMMO card collection. Who knows? And then various bug fixes, which we don't give a shit about over here. I mean, it's awesome that it happens, but next we have on 13 November, version 11.37. There's task mechanic tuning, and also new types of tasks were introduced alongside what was already at launch. So we have wave task, which now it's like, do people wave at me because they like me, or do they wave at me because it's a task? Dump daily task, so that's why you'll see more people dumping shit and gathering and so forth. So pretty neat. Tasks are getting less boring, and that's their goal. 14 November, we had a version 11.38, and that added ability to collect multiple items for your collection, and then additional collection tuning. There's a lot goes into that. I'm just calling it tuning because I don't want to have to go over it. November 16, we have version 11.38.1, and there's just bug fixes and adjustments to the event because there's like some cards missing, I believe. And then 17 November, we have a version 11.39, and that brought forth game tuning and various additions. Again, you can see this all in depth within the game or on the official Discord. They have an update tab. And to see it in game, just stay on the home page when you boot up the game on mobile or on browser. Scroll down and you'll see game updates. 20 November, we have version 11.40, and that is when the World Cup event for 2022 launched. Again, huge uptick. We're recovering from the Halloween event. It seemed like there was some downtick in players, but with this event, you can see on your homepage there's more than normal players available or online, excuse me, blah blah blah. So this event has actually brought forth kind of that big event feel again with more players returning to the game. I didn't think that would be the case, but good to be wrong. And then 25 November, we have version 11.41, and that added collection filters. And then also it doubled the idle disconnect time for chat. So you're not getting disconnected every 2 seconds. It feels like 5 seconds now. And the last notable update, again, this is recording, I'm recording this on 28 November. So if anything comes out after, it's not my fault. It's Mike's. It's Mike's fault. And so 28 November is version 11.40. Oh God, I keep doing that. 11.41.1, and that was just trading card editions. Okay, I don't know. Again, more detail on the website. Now, some noteworthy things. Generally, here we're covering, uh, maybe community like player-driven events. Anything noteworthy outside of the patch notes. For noteworthy, sorry, I sneezed. 13 November was our first release of the Couch Cat Weekly Guild Stats Tracker in the way of a blog post, and it's an infographic, and it shows guild progression by EXP. So if you're into numbers, if you're into seeing how the guilds are shuffling and moving about, definitely pay attention. It's a weekly release, or at least 1.5 weekly release. We don't know yet, but it's regular content now. It's within our schedule. And also we've had some notable guests on the stream. We've had King Cows on the most recent guest talk about himself as a player and also his guild TPC. So for the Crusade, if you're interested in learning about him, he's a great guy. Check it out. Highly recommend it. And of course, we had Pratt officially on the coffee stream. Pratt was actually one of the first guests ever on the first episode, but he joined at like the last 5 minutes where Ubi and I had to pee really bad. But no, he was an actual guest this time, and it was it's one of my favorite episodes. And of course, Limits was there too, who's been a guest before, but great recurring guest. And then very embarrassing, there's a Sin X Paizen fanfiction book in the library that I wrote, which is not normal. And I even read it during a stream, which I won't link to. And yeah, it's in the library. Check it out. It's a hilarious read, and there's more coming. And I lose a little shred of my humanity every time I write a sentence. So it's very interesting. And at the time of this recording today, the Best Players of SimpleMMO event is live. It's being hosted by XBy and Shurian. I still don't know if I'm saying XBy's name right. And no one has confirmed, and I've done a video on this, but whatever. That's live. We're in the nomination phase, so now's the time to go to the discussion forums, go to the event and competition board, and get to voting. Vote for the who you think is best for each category, and look forward to that. It's a stretch. It's not going to be done until mid-December, but it should be interesting to say the least. But that's it. That's the noteworthy news for SimpleMMO. Oh, you know what? There's one more thing. Mike joined one of our streams and almost destroyed the game by making one of the biggest parties in the game with his developer magic. So if you didn't know about that, now you do. It's on one like a couple streams ago, and yeah, Mike wanted to break our party. So that was pretty noteworthy. Yeah, that's it. That's the November edition for the monthly SimpleMO update, if you will. We do this, we do a podcast episode once a month detailing all the events that have happened within SimpleMMO, whether it's patch notes, noteworthy news, and other things, other items of interest. We have an audio version as well to go along with this that is available where every podcast is available to download and listen to. Again, I'm Paizen. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a quick one, and I just want to say thanks to everyone who listens to this, and thanks to everyone who's going to watch this, especially when you're on your commute. I know who you're talking about because get messages like that all the time. It's awesome that I can kill some time for you when you're going back and forth. But yeah, that's the video. Like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new here, leave a review. We have a review link in the description, and head on over to couchcatpod.com for more SimpleMMO content. Peace out. Of course, I had to sneeze. Like, why wouldn't I?